Nice channel, Liam here, and welcome to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome Battle between those Pokemon just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of Form Fight and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show you're enjoying this series, and of course, hit the subscribe button if you're new so you never miss an episode. With all that out of the way, let's have a look at today's challenges. Today we're going to be comparing the branched evolutions of Slowpoke, which are Slowbro and Slowking. Now, if you allow your Slowpoke to naturally evolve at level 37 or higher, it will evolve into Slowbro. However, if you trade your Slowpoke while it's holding a King's Rock, it will evolve at the other end into Slowking. What makes these two branched evolutions of Slowpoke so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokédex, Slowbro stands at 1.6 meters tall and weighs 78.5 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says spacing out is basically all it does. It turns back into Slowpoke if its tail, along with Shellder, breaks off. Shellder, in its greed to suck out more and more sweetness from Slowbro's tail, phrasing, has metamorphosized into a spiral-shaped shell. As for Slowking, it stands at 2 meters tall and weighs 79.5 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says it's constantly coming up with new ideas that would change the world, but as soon as it hits upon a new idea, it forgets it. It's called the Sage of the Sea. It engages in battles of wits with Oranguru, but the result is usually a draw. Appearance-wise, both Slowbro and Slowking look like some kind of otter/hippo hybrid, with pink fur and cream detail with a large hermit crab-style shell, supposedly Shellder after a transformation, on their tail and head respectively, with Slowking having a red and white crest around its neck, as well as horns sticking out of its shell and a red jewel in the middle. In their shiny forms, Slowbro changes from pink to purple, and its shell changes from grey to a dark mustard colour. As for Slowking, its crest changes from red and white to blue and white, and its pink fur just becomes a darker pink. Now let's have a look at the typing, weaknesses and resistances of these branched evolutions. Both Slowbro and Slowking are dual-type water and psychic Pokemon. This makes them both weak to bug, ghost, grass, electric, and dark type moves. They resist fighting, steel, fire, water, psychic, and ice type attacks, and both have no immunities. Now let's take a look at the stats and abilities of these branched evolutions of Slowpoke. Slowbro is a slow but bulky Pokemon, with great HP, excellent defense, and decent special defense. It also has a great special attack stat, so it can definitely dish out some damage. As for Slowking, its stats are identical to Slowbro's, except that its defenses are switched, making it better against special attacks than the physical moves Slowbro can brush off. Both these Pokemon share the exact same abilities, with their primary ability being Oblivious, which prevents these Pokemon from being infatuated or taunted. While this is useful for avoiding some of the more debilitating status conditions, the likelihood of an opponent using Attract or having the Cute Charm ability is minimal, and whilst taunt users are more common, this ability does feel rather situational. Their secondary ability is Own Tempo, which prevents Slowbro or Slowking from being confused. Again, this is handy to have since nobody wants to be hitting themselves in confusion, but these Pokemon definitely have a better ability available, and that is their hidden ability, which is Regenerator, which restores 1/3 of the Pokemon's HP when it's switched out of battle. This is super useful for getting Slowbro or Slowking out of potential danger, allowing you to bring them back in a little while later, a little bit more refreshed and ready to fight on. The only downside, however, is that somebody has to switch in and take whatever hit was meant for this Pokemon. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two branched evolutions of Slowpoke I prefer, and I'm gonna go with Slowking. I like Slowbro's design more than I like Slowking's design. I feel like Slowking is a little bit over-designed. Maybe if it didn't have the crest, because I feel like having the Shellder on its head is fine. Like, I get that maybe a Slowpoke would like put its head in a Shellder rather than its tail, and that's how it evolves. Although the King's Rock is somehow involved and gets incorporated into that as well. But I don't really like that it suddenly gets a crest from nowhere. I don't like that it has the jewel in the middle of its head, which just doesn't seem to be kind of any use. It's just decorative. I just don't like its design. Whereas I do like Slowbro's. However, I prefer Slowking because it gets much better moves. Like, it gets Power Gem and things like that. And I feel like it's easier to build a Slowking than it is to build a Slowbro. And obviously Slowbro is now kind of outclassed because it has a Mega Evolution, so nobody's really using regular Slowbro that much anymore. Cue all the people in the comments that are like, I use regular Slowbro. Yeah, I get it. But I prefer Slowking in this instance. If we're comparing regular Slowbro to Slowking, I prefer Slowking of the two, but that's just my opinion. Of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favourite, but before you decide, it's time to see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome Battle. Before we get started, I'll just point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats, they're not holding any items, they've got neutral natures, they've got the same type, they've got the same ability, they've got pretty much the same base stats, except one's better physically defensively and one's better specially defensively. The only advantage or disadvantage any Pokemon gets kind of comes from their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go. It's one you've been asking for quite a while. It's Slowbro versus Slowking. Don't worry, I know some of you were wondering, what about Mega Slowbro? That'll be coming next week, Slowbro versus Mega Slowbro. But right now, Slowbro has to take on Slowking. It's a branched evolution form fight as regular Slowbro starts things off, going for Geomancy from the get-go. So next turn, once that powers up, that's going to be +2. So basically double special attack, special defense, and speed. Oh boy, that's going to be dangerous. Here's an anchor shot, which won't be very effective from Shiny Slowking onto regular Slowbro. Getting a tiny little bit of chip damage, trying to chip it away at it, whilst its defenses are at the regular stage, although obviously physically bulky is our lovely Slowbro. Regular Slowking with a high horsepower. Critical hit, though, onto Shiny Slowbro. Again, physical moves on a physically defensive Pokemon, not the best idea. Here's a power trip, though. That will not do a particularly... Oh, it is super effective, though, but still only just chip damage. Power trip, I need to look into power trip. It always confuses the heck out of me, that move, because I just don't really use it. Don't really care for it. Does anyone use power trip effectively? I don't. Here's Bone Rush, though, from Shiny Slowking onto Shiny Slowbro. It's one hit, and there's the 2 hits. I think it's always 2 hits. No, it's 3 hits. It's 2 to 5. 2 to 5, oh boy. And are we going to get all 5? We are going to get all 5 from this Bone Rush. There you go, just to prove that it can hit 5 hits. Bringing Shiny Slowbro down to less than half its max HP. And here comes regular Slowking. What will it do here? It's going to go for Strength. Another physical move. They're not pulling out many special attacks there, but they are doubling in on that Shiny Slowbro now, trying to take it down. Regular Slowbro's Geomancy is complete. It's now the fastest thing on the field. It's also got very high special attack, double special attack, and double special defense. So that Slowbro is pretty dangerous right now. So here we go with Shiny Slowbro. What will it do here? Going to go for Seed Bomb. That will be super effective. And remember, Slowking is not the defensively bulky. It's the specially defensively bulky. So that defense coming into play right there. And here's regular Slowbro starting off the next turn. What will it do here now that it's powered up? Goes for Nature's Madness, but it's avoided. Obviously, Nature's Madness halves your current HP, so not really affected by the Geomancy there at all. Here's a multi-attack from Shiny Slowbro onto Shiny Slowking. Not doing a great deal. Well, I'd say not doing a great deal. It did a decent amount of damage with that critical hit. Did a decent amount of damage. Here's Shiny Slowking retaliating with a crunch, though. That will be super effective. Great damage there to the regular Slowbro, and here comes regular Slowking with the follow-up. What will it do here? Going to go for Icicle Spear on the regular Slowbro there. How many hits is it going to get? Between 2 and 5. Here is the second hit. That's the guaranteed second hit. There's a third hit. Any more for any more? 4 hits. Are we going to go to 5, or is it just going to be 4 hits? It is 5 hits. My goodness, are you sure these aren't skill link Slowking? Jeez. There's 5 hits. And bringing that Slowbro down to almost half its max HP as it looks to fight back. Will it actually use a special attack now? Goes for Wonder Room and swaps defense and special defense stats. Very strange play there. Don't know if that was the most sensible idea, but whatever you've got in mind, Slowbro, you go for it. Here's regular Slowking with payback. That will be super effective on that Slowbro. Oh my goodness, bringing it down to 4 hit points. Regular Slowbro is in trouble. And here comes Shiny Slowbro with Magic Coat. That's not going to be much help right now. Oh, dearie, dearie me. So there's the Magic Coat. Here comes Shiny Slowking, though. Can it take out that Geomancy Slowbro? That's the question. Goes for Heat Crash. That will be enough to take down regular Slowbro, but it's using it on the Shiny, so not very much damage at all. But look at the amount of damage it did. It did about 9 hit points of damage. It would have knocked out regular Slowbro had it gone for the attack on that Pokemon. Here's an X-Scissor, though. That's going to be super effective. Going to do huge damage to regular Slowking there, bringing it down into the danger zone. A critical hit on that X-Scissor. Very good play by regular Slowbro. Shiny Slowking is going to go for first impression, but it's not the first turn, so it's going to fail. Now it's over to Shiny Slowbro to try and pick up the slack here. What will it go for? Nature's Madness, and it hits this time. It's going to half the HP of Shiny Slowking, which is going to bring it very, very close to a dangerous amount of HP. Regular Slowking goes for Super Power, which is not going to be very effective on Shiny Slowbro. Brings it down into the red, but of course drops its attack and defense by 1 stage apiece. So that's not the best play there by regular Slowking. Here comes regular Slowbro, though. What's it got in store here? It's going to go for Air Slash, which is going to be powered up by that +2
special attack, taking down regular Slowking. It's now 1 Slowking versus 2 Slowbro. What's going to happen here? Shiny Slowbro very much still in this game. Going to go for Flame Wheel. It won't be very effective, but it is chipping away at the HP of Shiny Slowking. Shiny Slowking is in a lot of trouble right now. Needs to pull something out of the bag. It's going to go for Bounce. It's going to hide up in the air out of the way of these hits, which is actually really good for it because I think the Slowbro will both move before the Slowking. I think it's a speed tie with the Shiny Slowbro. But there is the Ice Beam, which possibly could have been a not very effective knockout from regular Slowbro, but of course it misses because Slowking's up in the air. And here's a Muddy Water, which also misses because Slowking's up in the air. Here comes Slowking with the bounce, but it's avoided by Shiny Slowbro. Unlucky that time. Here comes regular Slowbro. What will it do here now that it's got an opportunity? Goes for Disarming Voice, a fairy type attack with +2 special attack. That is the game. Taking down Slowking. Slowbro have clawed out the victory. Well done to the Slowbro team. That was a fantastic showing. That turn 1 Geomancy really helped out the Slowbro team. What a fantastic battle.
So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, but now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of the 2 branched evolutions of Slowpoke do you prefer? Is it Slowbro or is it Slowking? Let me know in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. Of course, that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. And tune in next week where we'll be comparing Slowbro and Mega Slowbro. Of course, if you'd like to support the channel like these wonderful people down here do, pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And for live streams 5 days a week, head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.